Hi, this is Project Spark Game Mechanics. I'm Lady Lex UK and we're doing our final Fortnite tutorial this week. I'm going to show you how to do a parachute drop. So let me show you what I've built. So here is my dropship. I'm going to press the X button. I'm going to do it now. And I'm dropping out the ship and I have a parachute and I can steer myself. As you can see, I can move around a bit, move the player so he's going to fall in a different place. And when I'm happy, I can press A and he'll fall straight down into the world. There we go. And now we can play Fortnite. So how is this done? Well, let's have a look at the ship itself first. You need to place your ship up above your world at the distance that you want the player to fall from. Higher the better, really. Gives them more of an option. I've built this using just this module, but you don't have to do that. You could build something a little bit more fancy than this. This is just a placeholder, really. I've made it easier for myself because it is sometimes difficult to orientate an object. Because the forward of that object is going to be based on the last thing that you glued together and all sorts of things. So to save myself all that bother, what I've done is I've put the movement code in this logic cube. So I've placed that in the world. I haven't turned it. I kept the orientation the same as when I placed it in the world. And I'm going to put all of my movement code in that and just attach my ship to the cube in the right direction. So you point your ship in the right direction, then attach it to your cube. This cube is going to move towards this cube over here, and I've put a name on this cube because it's sometimes very difficult to see things with the draw distance. So make sure you put a name on it and then it's easier to spot. So there is my logic cube, which is going to be the end of the track where we want our ship to travel to. So here is the code inside the cube. It says move with flying towards that end cube at a speed of 0.3, and once the X is pressed, then create a woodland peasant, and then we'll turn the camera off on our Astro base module, which is my ship. And in my ship it says once cam boolean equals true. When cam is true, we're going to have a boom camera, and I've used the boom camera world wizard to place my camera where I want it to be, which is above the ship looking down. So there we go, that's my ship, and that's all you need for that. So what it's going to do, it's going to create our player when I press the X button, and our player is a templated object, and here he is down here, and as you can see, he's got his parachute attached to him. What I've done is I've used some rope and this flag. You can obviously build whatever you like out of whatever you like, make it a little bit more convincing, hang glider come parachute, whatever you want to use. I've attached that to his head socket, and that works quite well. It sort of stays on his shoulders. The animation when a player is falling is the falling animation. He sort of waves his hands in the air. You cannot do anything about that. You could emote him while he's falling, so he doesn't do the fall emote, he does another one and set his pace or whatever, but I've just kept with the falling emote as is the and I think it looks okay. He's falling, it's fine, he's got a parachute. So in his brain we're going to say once boolean parachute equals true. So as soon as this player is created, he's going to have a parachute. And when the parachute is true, that glued object, which is the that rope and that flag of making my parachute, visible equals true. And we'll set our gravity factor to be 0.001 so that he will fall slowly down from the ship. Else, so when the parachute is not deployed, that glued object will be invisible and the gravity factor will be 1, which is the standard gravity. When falling and you press A, we're going to toggle that parachute. So if you've got it deployed, it'll unemploy it, and if you've got it unemployed, it'll deploy it. And when once you've bumped the terrain, so when you've hit the ground, then that parachute is going to be false, and then we're going to destroy that parachute because we don't need it anymore. And that's it. So your player is then ready to play your Battle Royale game. And that's it. It's actually quite simple. There isn't much more I can say, really. There it is. I'm sure you can design a much better looking parachute than that, but other than that, that is a very simple Fortnite tutorial for this week. I hope you enjoyed our look at tutorials for Fortnite. We're going to look at Ghost Recon Wildlands next week, so join us for that. Thank you for watching, and keep sparking.